I'm Elizabeth Williams, and I'm your social worker, and this is our second session. In our last session, we just talked about confidentiality and that the sessions are private unless, of course, like there's something that's threatening some other person or yourself, and I have to contact the authorities or someone above me. And last time you guys brought up the fact that you've received a letter from the school saying that Hannah is truant. Why do you think that she has not been going to school?
I think she doesn't care. She's to that point, she just doesn't want to go to school.
Hannah, is that the way you feel about school?
Yes. I mean, I'm 16. I don't really feel like school is a need. I don't even care.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most influential to your future, and then 1 being doesn't impact your future at all, how do you think that school ranks on that scale?
Possibly a low 4 is what we're going for, yeah.
Okay, why do you say that?
I mean, I just think school is a waste of time. I mean, there's people out here who have jobs that haven't even been to school. Or, just got their GED and hey, I can drop out now and get my GED later.
Okay, and Allie, how does that make you feel when she says that there's people out there that can get jobs without having a high school diploma, or she can just drop out and get her GED?
It makes me feel disappointed because I know she has more potential than that, but she's kind of failing or wanting to drop out.
Okay. And so this causes a lot of arguments between you guys, I understand.
Yeah.
So what's been like the worst argument your most recent argument that's taken place?
Probably the letters from the school because it's going to get me in trouble because she's not going, but I can't make her go.
Okay. So do you still live in your mother's house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Yes, I do still live in my mother's house, but I would like to move out.
Okay, and why? Do you care to explain the reason behind
I just feel like there's more pressure to go to school if I have to stay with my mom.
that? So where would you be living if you moved out?
With my friend.
Okay. And how old's your friend?
18.
Do they go to the same school you do, or?
No, they dropped out too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And how do you feel like your living situation would be different? Would it be better or worse?
It'd be great.
Great.
If I lived with my friend.
Okay. So it would improve over living with your mom?
Yes.
Okay. And how does that make you feel when she says that living with a friend would be better for her?
It makes me upset because she's my child, so I want her to live with me, but she's got her own ideas of what she wants to do.
Okay. How does that make you feel, Hannah, when she says, like, she loves you and she supports you, but you're going to do whatever you want to do?
Well, I mean, I love my mom and all, but I just really don't want to go to school.
Okay.
And I mean, I know she wants me to go to school. School's important, but I don't really like school, so.
Okay. So, you guys, obviously, the truancy is a big issue between the two of you. She wants you to stay in school, stay in the house, but you want to move out, drop out and get your GED.
Oh yeah, way later in life. I'm not worried about that right now, though.
Okay, so just sometime in the future, maybe not a short-term goal, maybe more of a long-term goal.
Correct.
Okay. And what would you like to see her short-term goals be and her long-term goals be?
I mean, I'd rather her to stay in school and get it over with rather than waiting. I mean, she's 16, so she's only got a couple more years. If she takes a break, I'm scared she won't go back.
Okay, you won't even get a GED. So, now, in your all's arguments, like, rank the worst argument that you guys have had. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being, like, throwing things, people are getting injured, to just storming off, upset.
Probably a 7.
So it's more.
There hasn't been things thrown yet.
Okay, so just maybe raising of voices.
Mhm.
Okay. If everything could be fixed right now, what would that look like for you, Allie?
I mean, I'd rather just go to school because it's gonna get us both in trouble. If she can't drop out without me letting her drop out, so that's kind of my decision. I feel like she's gonna be miserable, so I don't know if she's gonna.
Okay. You know, what does that miracle look like for you?
To, like I said, I love my mom, so I mean, I still want to live with her, but I wish she would just let me drop out and then get my GED later.
Hmm. So, is there any way for you guys to meet in the middle? Do you think?
I mean, I'd be okay with her living with her friend if she's gonna go to school, but I know she won't go to school even if she lives with her friends. So it's not gonna make a difference if I let her do what she wants or not. She's not gonna go to school.
Okay. Hannah, do you think that you could meet your mom halfway?
And go to school and live with my friend?
I mean, that's what her halfway was. What would you propose your halfway point be?
Well, I don't really have a halfway point.
Okay, so it's live with your friend and drop out and get your GED later. Okay. Alright, so obviously that's still an issue, I can tell from this session right here. So you're not willing to compromise at all on your living situation or your school situation.
I mean, I guess I could try.
Okay, what would you try and look like?
I guess I could try to go to school. I could do my homework. I mean, it's not like I don't go to school all the time. I just don't really not there first thing when I should be.
Do you do some of your homework, or do you go to most of your classes, or just some of your classes and a little bit of your homework, if any?
Yeah, a little bit if any, and I just like to go to the classes, that my friends are in, or the fun classes.
Okay, so at least you are going to some classes. You are doing a little bit of your homework, maybe for those classes. Is that correct? For the fun classes?
Yeah.
Okay. Could maybe you and your friends get together and have like the friends that are in those classes have like little homework groups after school, if your mom was okay with that? That way you at least get your homework done.
Like parties?
Like your teacher gives you an assignment in class and you all get together in the library or maybe stay after school and get that homework done and then go home. Is that not a possibility?
I mean, I guess.
What would you like to try? That way you could get your homework done and maybe not be truant.
I don't know, because if we have a friend gathering, I'm probably just going to want to party. I'm not going to do homework. I mean, maybe if I had like me time, if I did it by myself, I might actually concentrate.
Okay, so you think being by yourself would help you do better in school or do your homework?
Doing homework, yeah.
Okay, so would you want to try that and maybe next session we'll see like over the next week until our next session, maybe instead of going out with your friends after school, just going home and doing your homework or even going to the library at school until it closes. That way you can get some of your homework done. There'll be people there to help you if you need it. Would you want to try that this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mom, what do you think about that?
I mean, if she were to do her homework throughout the week, like during school nights and on the weekends, she'd have more freedom to do what she wants. So that may help get her to actually do it.
Does that sound okay to you, Hannah? Having more free time on the weekends?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now, when you talk about partying with your friends, is that causing any issues? Another thing for you, that you guys argue about, or are you okay with her going out with her friends and?
I'm okay with her going out with her friends, but I'm not really sure what she's doing, so that may be affecting her school and her not wanting to go by what they're doing.
Okay, so maybe she's being influenced in a negative way.
Yeah, more than positive.
Okay. So what I think would be good is if maybe for you to keep a journal of how often like you do just stay by yourself and you do your homework by yourself, and then maybe see how like just log like the date and then how many hours you spent doing your homework, if you got all of it done, if you were by yourself or with friends. Would you want to do that? We can see your progress for the next session.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mom, I would like for you, I think it would be good for you, maybe you to keep a journal of your all's arguments. And then keep the 1 to 10 scale, and 10 being more severe and 1 being easy. Just kind of have like a little unpleasant conversation versus the yelling, and then just like how many arguments you guys have a day, what you would rate those arguments, what they were about.
I can do that.
Because I think maybe if Hannah does start doing her homework, and if she sees that maybe that's making progress, you guys won't argue as much about the truancy. Because Hannah may start going to class more. And right now you're not even able to get your driver's license because of your truancy.
Yeah. Then my grades aren't the best.
So maybe we can make that one of your goals, is to get your grades up to where you can get your driver's license. And that way, like your mom said, on the weekends you'll have more free time. You can go. I mean, you still have the curfew. You can't be out after a certain time or before a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe your mom can set a different curfew for you, if that would be okay. And you just check in every once in a while. That way you can still have like you're free and not like you're living with your mom. And that way you can still have time with your friends, but then your mom's still there to help you and make sure you're doing your homework, and you are being able to get your food and everything like that. Whereas maybe when you're with your friends, you're like, oh, I'll do my homework later, or I'll do that later.
Yeah, I do say that when I'm with my friends.
Okay. So would you like to spend more time by yourself to get your things, like the things done that you need to get done?
Well, yes, I would like to, because I want to, work on this relationship with my mom. I don't know, it's just a school thing. I'm just not really feeling it, man.
Okay.
I mean, I can, like you said, try to do homework by myself and see where that gets me.
Do you think maybe seeing a tutor would help you? Or maybe even asking your mom for help on your homework may help you?
Yes, yeah.
So maybe we can try working with, maybe seeing if the school has any extra programs that you can stay after school and just have help from, maybe if it's like a specific subject like math, maybe once a week you meet with one of the math teachers and work on all the things that you guys have been learning over the last week. And you can work on that just individually with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the better influences that I have, as in like, the tutors or the teachers, my mom, the more people like that around me is going to help me. But if I had a choice to choose, to my friends and party and homework and good influencing people, I'm gonna choose my friends and party. I just need someone to give me a push.
You. So would you want your mom to be that person, or would that cause conflict between both of you?
I think right now, since it's the beginning, maybe just a tutor to push me, and then slowly work our way up to mom. So it doesn't cause more conflict, like you said.
So you don't, I'm saying like you don't want the conflict.
Mhm.
Because you do care about your mom and you do want her to be in your life, but you don't want that extra conflict when something else could step in and replace that.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys to both keep the journals until next week. Ellie, about the arguments that you guys have, and Hannah about like how much homework you get done this week and for what classes, and you can maybe go talk to the school, maybe the principal, or maybe just talk to teachers individually about meeting with you after class. All right, and we will meet back here next Wednesday at the same time. Is that good for both of you? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.